Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Body. Hey, Seventh. How goes it? I think I still got contact solution on the bottom of my bottom eyelash. My eyeballs were dry. We made it to Friday. Hello, everyone, and the replay crew. Welcome in. Yeah, it's Friday, and where did the week go? It's just like my title said. Where did the week go? It just seemed like Monday I was sitting there. At least Monday, I think I had sunshine. What is the cat doing? Hey, Sandy. Where are you, cat? I don't know where Snickers is at. I was, do the last minute things you like to do before you sit down for long term. To go into that little tiny room, and what is she doing? She's scratching it. She better not. Cat? Oh, you're sitting on a. She's such a weirdo. She is sitting on a plastic bag, a Ziploc gallon bag. She's making it. Oh yeah. This. I don't know how fun the week's been, but it's been busy. It's been really busy, and yeah, she's just over there in the corner, just scratching out a gallon Ziploc bag that I probably had something in. He's probably dumped it and laying on it. She'll lay on grocery bags. She'll lay on towels. Anything black you lay over the back of the couch. Yeah, she's right there. And you guys notice when I stood up, my pants do not match my top today. I just threw them on because when this is done, I might not do the full hour. I got to get ready to go have our taxes done. So cross your fingers, we get something back. That would be awesome. I'm not holding my breath. Gosh, in my nose. Hold on, guys. It just tickles. Oh, it's running now because so I didn't have to smell it. I sprinkled cat deodorizer on the litter for now because she just took a shit. Even if I take it and flush it, it still stinks. So they don't match. Oh, the ones I put on will be matched. I think. And why am I matching pants so I can go to Walmart? Hey, Shannon, how are you? I could probably go like this and nobody would think twice. But I've got my $10 leggings I got at Costco. They're basically yoga pants with bell bottoms. God, they're comfortable. So, oh, I know. I kind of feel like I should dress up a little bit more if I'm going to Target. You know. So, what are you doing, cat? Oh, now you're over. Yeah. Strange cat. Yeah, I decided to use the little girl's room. And she decided to use her little girl's box over here. I'm like going, holy. My first thought was, I'm not paying that much, am I? And then it was like, oh, that's just the cat. Yeah, exactly. I do shop at both places. I wish we had a Target closer to me. I got to go all the way around the outside of Yakima on the freeway to get to it, and that's about 14 miles or so. God, I made a mistake yesterday. What did I start watching? I don't want a Ring camera. I do, but I don't. Weird things that show up on people's Ring cameras, and I'm like, do I really want one? You know? Yeah, I don't mind Target at all. No, not too keen on their produce, but there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, what we call Freddy's here locally is Fred Meyer's. It's a Kroger store, but shop a lot there because I have the what do they call it, Boost. Uh, Oh wow, next door neighbor? That's a little close for my comfort. The daycare kids is other grandma. 5 houses down had one in her pond, but it looked sickly. So yeah, my first words were get all the cats inside. So okay, all right, yeah, Fred Meyer's. We've shopped at it before it was even Kroger. Jesus, my quinceañera ring when I turned 15, which is in a box somewhere. Um, I got it at Fred Meyer Jewelers. Good 45 years ago, probably pushing. No, 43 years ago. Yeah. And that's back when they carried some of their clothing lines were similar to what the Bon Marché would carry. Uh, Sag Harbor and whatever was popular, that you'd find at the Bon and the Nordstrom's in the late 80s, early 90s, you found at Fred Meyer's. And then they got sold to Kroger, and now there's this low quality shit that they sell now. But I still get clothes from there occasionally because I don't want to go all the way down and hang out in a mall. And no. Mm-mm. I mean, to be honest, 3/4 of my clothes either come from We Are Change, thebestpoliticalshirts.com, Costco, or Amazon. Mhm. Some of them are nice. Oh, wow. My wedding dress was from J.C. Penney's. Yeah. Mhm. Hold on, let me find. I got one that's unframed that keeps floating around the house. Where'd I put it? It's not there anymore. Well, shit. I don't know where I put it. I think the one that's not framed ended up in the boxes with all the Christmas stuff. But y'all get a kick out of this. Let me dust it first. Oof. Good God, I really need to dust more often. Try to get it so there's no reflection of all the chat. But man, we were little. My mother decided I needed to have a perm for my wedding. My cousin Amy did it for me. Yep. He still has the same hair. There's a little less hair up here, but yeah, same hair color, just about the same amount of hair, and then there's me. So put this back up in the dining room when I'm finished. Yeah. And then I was 19, he was barely 20. So driving off in a 73 El Camino, which sits in my parking lot still. My driveway still. It needs new tires bad. But trying to find, I need new rims, what I need to find first, because it takes 14-inch tires, which they don't really sell for passenger vehicles anymore. So I need to find 15. I need 4 15-inch rims so I can slap on some 15-inch tires, but I'm not exactly sure the bolt pattern yet. But get that thing up and moving. I keep telling them, don't worry about the Jeep. That we need a new engine for it. But I said that we have an EMP or we have a solar flare. The Jeep ain't gonna run. The 73 El Camino will run because there's no computer sensors in it. So, yeah. I mean, it ran up until my son ran it out of gas, which is probably a good thing. Because then now I have no gas in there turning to lacquer. So, I don't know how rusted the tank is now, but yeah. But I've been thinking of like slowly getting water pumps, distributor caps. I need to actually start doing it. And then putting it in a box with the El Camino, because all that shit's going to have to be replaced since it hasn't driven in about 5 years. That's all going to have to be redone. But that one, when we go to give it somewhat of a tune-up, it's all right there. So, yeah, evidently they're popular again. I mean, they're not. I mean, they're okay. I remember going to the mountains in it when we were dating, and then going way back into Granite Lake in the pickup. And I remember coming back from Granite Lake, dropping the pickup off back at the farm, and then he took me home in the El Camino, and I was like, wow, this is such smooth driving. After going all the way up, after basically it was about a 3-hour drive up because you got to take your time. And that was when the road was in way better shape than it is now. Oh, is it? Oh, man. Yeah. We have the one that has the round headlights, what was it? I don't know if it was the old Chevelle front end, the 70s Chevelle front end. Has the round headlights. I'd love a 68 or 69 El Camino. That would be awesome. But we end up with the 73 that there's not a whole lot of parts for. So it's and it's a unibody. So it's got some rust behind the rear wheel well, but being a unibody, it's not like you can just change out that panel. It's gonna have to be welded and cut and yeah, I don't see that happening. I just want it to run. So if God forbid we end up in a situation, we'll have a thing of transportation with a little bit of room to put something in the back. They put those wheel wells are so big. I mean, they make for nice seats, but it's really hard to put, say, a piece of plywood in the back of that thing because it really doesn't fit. But that's my thing when he's been looking at pickups and I'm like, can you fit a piece of plywood in the back? Well, I don't know. I said, if you can't fit at least plywood in the back, it's got to have that long of a bed or I don't want it. It's got to be functional. Yeah. Because it's not going to, yeah, one of those weirdos. I see those little short beds in a pickup and I'm like, why? What are you going to do? Haul your groceries and that's it? They're supposed to be useful. And we went down to the farm and Dad's old 68 C10 Chevy C10 pickup. It's the ain't nothing that green in here. That color green. Oh yeah, I don't think it'll reach all that. Okay, it's about. No, it's not even. It's darker than that. It's that weird green and white combo you see a lot of them with. Yeah, well, it's the tires were starting to get closer to the gravel and they're not using it, which just kills me because that means all the any rubber lines are just cracking and just aging out and it's just killing me. I said, air up those tires. I said, don't ruin, they may not hold air for ever, but air them up. I couldn't stand seeing the idea of seeing Dad's truck sitting on its rims. Mm-mm. So, yeah, that green. Yeah. Even the dump truck they have, the 1966 Chevy dump truck, is that green combo with the white roof. So that thing still runs, still dumps. So, what did we try to do? We took too much time jump starting it from my little InfoWars, which I really like that one, and I can't find them anymore. Jump starter pack that they did for a while, and took too much time. We hooked it up, and something got sidetracked, and we look over, and that thing is like this big. It's normally about this big. That battery just started expanding, and we're like taking it with a stick, going, "You're gonna blow up. Let's just put you in the middle of the driveway till you cool down." So yeah, that one was toast. God, I like those. They were great. They jump started a completely dead. We had a, what was it, an '89 Grand Cherokee that sat there, that the battery would die if you didn't run it, started it every so often, because we had the other white one, and they would jump start that after it'd been sitting in the driveway for months, and then got it moving and sold it to a coworker at his work and handed it to his stepson, and his stepson ruined it. I'm like, well, shit. That sucks. I mean, it ran when we had it, but the kid didn't check anything. I'm like, do you check the oil? I teach the daycare kids, before you guys go on a long trip, make sure that you check or ask, has the radiator fluid been checked? How much oil is in it? And I always like to make sure that there's windshield wiper fluid if you get something stuck someplace. But yeah. Yeah. I've seen some of the trucks in that weird red orange. I've seen some like that. There was one at a house. I never got to see if the bed was on it, if it was just the cab or what, but I could see one, the cab in the front end, from this one old house that always had a yard sale. And then this house got sold because I'm pretty sure it got deemed commercial. And I didn't think about it. And I drove by one day and they had cleaned up the whole area. And I'm like, well, shit, that's gone. Like, I really need another thing in my driveway. It's just like, crossing my fingers. Daughter's boyfriend is interested in that damn Golf. It needs a new transmission, and it's not that hard to do, but I don't want to do it. And, sell it to him for a couple $100, get a new block for the Laredo, and if I had my way, all that shit would be gone. But it's one of those, if he can find a home for the Golf. I said, you guys want the Golf? Even his ex-wife was talking about the Golf. She'd get it, fix it up. I said, I don't give a shit. Get it out of my garage. Said it'll even come with $100 and some worth of books, hardcover books for your Golf. I hope that's Goose, because I'm here by myself. I'm thinking she's scratching on the carpet. But I want it gone. I mean, I know he feels bad because my youngest took it up a dirt road he shouldn't have in a Golf. Volkswagen Golfs are this far off the ground, and got a hole in his oil pan. So they went up and got him, towed him home. Something happened. It locked up, and it is a front wheel drive, and it probably shouldn't have been towed forward or maybe they just towed it too fast. I don't know. But it locked up, so he feels bad that he ruined the car, and because he was the one pulling it, so he kind of wants to fix it. And I'm like, no, we didn't need it. It wasn't ours. It was our son's who, he just signed it over to his dad. Like, if you want to fix it, go ahead, But so engine works, everything works except for that it's like it's stuck in the park and it won't go anywhere. 70,000 miles. That's another reason he wanted to work on it. But I'm like, we don't have the time. Yeah. It's like, it's the cats. It's like I redid the kitchen, the dining room rug so that the granddaughter, the 9-year-old, tripped over it. So I had to take the dining room chairs off of it to move it because it's a big size rug because she just left the big hoop. It's like, oh. So I did that this morning and then put scrubbing bubbles on my bathtub while I was all excited. Alrighty, I'm gonna get the bathtub clean. Got out the little scrubber thing you have with a nice little handle that you don't even have to bend over. And I'm cleaning on that, and then it flashes low battery. I'm like, really? So it's plugged in while I'm here. So anyone have any exciting weekend plans? I get the baby. Well, she's not a baby anymore. I gotta stop calling her a baby. One of these days she's gonna look at me and go, Nana, I am not a baby. But yeah. 50% if you have a Joann's, and I gotta stop by Joann's today. If you have a fabric store and you want to get some fabric, well, you still can. Joann's has dropped their stuff to 50% off, so I gotta stop by there today. See how much of the maybe they got some warm window stuff left. $36 a yard. I would love to find it at half off. Or find if anything, white calico. I'm still beside myself the fact that I'm losing a fabric store. I mean, you can't just go on to, I think it's fabric.com. Wonderful, beautiful fabrics. I've made chair protectors for my dining room chairs. So I have, and they're nice and square, and I have them so they pull through and they tie a nice, really pretty ribbon to tie it and everything, because those chairs you can't just unscrew them or whatever and then replace the top. It's not, that weren't made that way. So I have to have chair covers because they've got this early 90s nothing like it in here. It's like a couch cover kind of thing where if the cats got their claws into it, they turn it into a mess. So I have a cover on all my chairs that they have to, even the kids have to have all straightened out. I said, I don't even want your feet on the actual, with your shoes on the actual cover to the chair itself, because I says I can't redo it. And some chairs we had for the old Subway, when there was a Subway in the store that I had for a little while when my son, I had got 2 of those and they're throwing them out to go with the old, it's probably a 60-year-old table now because they had it before I was born. My parents had a round dining room table kind of thing, and we didn't have any chairs. Those, I don't know what happened to those. So I got a couple of chairs from when they got rid of the Subway chairs. So my son and my daughter-in-law had at least a dining room table to sit at and to eat. And then when they got the new their mother's dining room set, I gave the chairs to the neighbors, but they were really cool because you could just 4 bolts, redo the top, bolt them back in, and they could go to whatever style you wanted. But I couldn't do that with these. So, seems strange. But nice that I have no place to go other than taxes. I'd like to get some money back. That way I don't have to use savings to rent the cabin for September. You gotta rent it 6 months in advance. Except for like this time of year, you don't need to because there'll be openings usually. Nobody wants to go when there's way too much snow on the ground. But when I want to go towards the, in the fall, when it's so pretty there, every hunter and their dog wants to be there too. So, for years we were always there opening weekend for hunting. We don't hunt anymore. We don't. But if we wanted to go hiking, we had to wear orange, just to keep us from being shot. Yeah, I can just see it now. How did they die? Well, they were just out exploring the woods. Though I think this bright white, either they'll think I'm an albino deer or my bright white hair will just stick out vividly. We went. Good God. 22? Shit. Yeah, it was 22. I shoot bow and arrows. Oh shit. My son got that reminds me of my youngest got a bow at, I think it was yesterday's village. Not a compound bow. Shit, it's gone. But it's an older one. The guy didn't know what he had and sold it to him for $20. So I think the guy who's the vendor wasn't there for that bow, and so he bought it. The guy sold it for $20, and so Steve's like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll take one of those. Yeah, I'll take it, no problem." He got his. He also got his. Let me go get it. I'll show it to you. Good God, it's something else I need to dust too, but I don't get there very often. Into that corner. There's a label. A Howitt Ventura, made in Yakima, Washington. So he got his grandpa's too. Well, he's the one who took care of his grandpa for the last 2 years of Dad's life. And when he was 4. Cool. That's awesome. When he was 4, the in-laws had it up in the laundry room, hanging up. They had the bow hanging up on a gun rack. And oh, that's awesome. And he looked up and he goes, "There's my bow." I've been looking for it. Like, what the hell? We're both looking at him like, what do you mean? Well, my brother-in-law died, was killed when I was like 8 years old. So, he'd been gone at that point, for about 20 some years. So that was really. And so when Steve took it to see if he could get it restrung and everything, and it was okay with Grandpa, and then when Grandpa passed, he just kept it. So it sits in there too, in the corner, with one arrow. He used to sit there and play with it in the yard. So, but then we ended up with some really weird shit. A kid from, I need to just get rid of it. I think it's a Martin bow, compound bow. And I think someone made the comment that the cams are on backwards. 65-pound bow, never used it. It just sits in there, and I just need to get rid of it. So, yeah, it is. It's really common. I just need to have we're going to have a dump run soon. I may just go that route with it. Like I said, if it's two things need to go out the door before I bring anything else in. Before one comes in, two things need to go out. And I got a lot of shit that needs to go out. So, but yeah, that green bow he got for $20. I need to get him to ask his friend to get my cauldron back. 3-gallon cast iron cauldron. I want to get it back so I can put a little recipe card in there on how to cook children. So if anybody sees it in my house and goes to see what's in it, that's what they'll find. Taylor borrowed it for, she was going to do Halloween pictures. So like a prop. Just got to get it back. My granddaughter says, excuse me, Pop always does it. When they go to, she calls Bail Breakers Auntie Taylor's house. So when they go to Bail Breakers, they're going to Auntie Taylor's house because she works there. Which cracks me up. Excuse me. All I've had today was yogurt, and I'm one of these weirdos who like the Reese's clam dip. Just a little bit, just reminds me of when I was a kid, and that's so we did. We were too young to go out and do anything for New Year's Eve, so Dad thought, that's a great time. Chips and dips, and that's no dinner. Don't have to worry about dinner. We just eat chips and dip for New Year's Eve, and watch the ball drop in New York, and then listen to gunshots outside and go to bed. So, yes, it is. I put that on my grocery list while I'm roaming around Walmart for an hour while I do taxes. It's pie day. We had oh God. One of the kids, they're not kids anymore. Like, she's got her doctorate. Was before camping, when a lot of them would just crash here on the floor so we could all get up and get ready to go camping. The kids were here. Keith came in with a raspberry pie. Cheyenne ran, gave him a big hug, knocked the pie out of his hand onto the floor. We still ate that pie. So we call it floor pie. Because it was raspberry. There was I wasn't about, I'll just scrape the crust that landed on the floor off. This is raspberries. I'll just, eat them continually. But yeah. I gotta kick this sugar habit. No. I gotta get. I think one of the things that's gonna kick the sugar habit is I'm not gonna be going to Trader Joe's this week. So when the dark chocolate peanut butter cups run out, they're gone. They're gone until April. So. hmm Um, yeah. Oh, I started. I got at least the gold cap on the next pyramid going. So gotta sit down. Hey, buddy, what is that song on your short you did for that place you went? I tried to Shazam it and I couldn't find it, and I just kept letting yours play because after I got done watching the first time, because I like the music. I mean, yeah, I just kind of let it play as I ran around the house. I don't know if you'll get credit for that playtime or if you only get credit for one time through. Hey, Sunrise, how are you? It's Friday. We made it. I mean, for me, every day is. Some days I don't know what day it is anymore. It's the same routine. Uh, but oh, what I was talking about earlier, for my brain went off on a thing. I sat there while I put my meds together last night and watched things that go on in front of doorbell cameras, and I'm like, I kind of want one. I'm okay. I'm pretty much back to, other than this side is surgery probably ain't gonna happen till August. I'm back to where I was. So no. Oh my God. He moon uh, Taurus? Wow. Definitely himself had, yeah, is he an American? Okay. What did I do yesterday on the news blast? I'm always a day behind on the news because the news blast gets put out, say, Thursday for Wednesday's news to catch all of Wednesday's news. That um now you got me wondering. For this new climate summit they got going down in South America. Let's see. They're making a four-way highway. They are tearing down the rainforest. Um on the Great Wall. They're so their cars can go through. Let's see if that comes up. Where is it? No, not well. I'll just have to copy and paste. Where did I go? There we go. 4 lanes through the Amazon for climate change. Oh, that's awesome. There's I'm surprised Japanese would drop the drawers like that. But yeah. Oh yeah, I think I actually I haven't paid for the app, but I've got the Ground News app, so I get a couple of stories a day. I like it because you can see the different angles, and that's what I enjoy. Um, yeah, I was just like, wait, how could they want to save the planet by taking what brings us oxygen out for their cars? If that says anything to anyone, oh no. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Wow. I understand the trouble processing once you find it out when someone passes away. I had to deal with that myself, with my mother, my adoptive mother. So I'm so sorry, babe. That sucks so bad. It's yeah, the brain doesn't it, it struggles to find reason. And and when you know there's you may think you found a reason, but you never have any answers because the question answers are gone. So yeah. 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 We all there's we're all just shy of being what's the DID, I think is what they call it now. Is it developmental dissociative disorder? I think we just called it multiple personalities when I was a kid because the face we show to different people, sometimes run the gamut from one end to the other, and what lies underneath, nobody really gets to know. Yeah. Hey, Kirsten, sweetheart, how have you been? Man, long time no talk. Once in a blue moon. I think I caught your garden video. I don't stay much on. I can't see to stay on it anyway. I pretty much do my jokes, and then that's about all I'm there for because I can't see them. So, yeah. Oh, are you working still? Um, yeah. I'm back to my status quo pretty much. Cancer's gone. The ablation really didn't work. I'm back to where I pretty much, aside from the weird attachment, where I was last summer. So, no. Mm. I'll message you on TikTok, see how things are going. Um, yeah. I made a couple for, she's one of them that I've made that I enjoyed having as a friend on TikTok. There's some people I look at there and go, how do they function? Um, okay. Sounds great. Yeah. Sounds perfect. Um, yeah, she's one of them. I got a couple other people that I actually have their phone numbers too. Um, TikTok isn't near as bad as going on Threads. I love these people on Threads that are like, patient presents with this. I'm like, why in the hell are you asking us if you're supposed to be the doctor? Hmm. My God. Luckily that um, I think that trend of people gluing beans on themselves is going away. But now the trend of this weird AI art shit. I mean, it's just like gone, and it's obvious. It's, I can't do a lot of the shit. I'm like, okay, I'll go back to just listening to weird stuff. This you can't even hear it now, but it's tranquil stuff that on the TV. Oh yeah, they're like we'll glue them onto someone's head or a part of their body, and they'll show them like kind of somewhat of a distance, scraping them off, and you're like going, those are black-eyed peas. Well, they're stuck to they're yeah. I usually see them here on YouTube the most. So yeah. Mm-hmm. I forget there was one. I always look for hands. When I think it's AI, I immediately look for hands. And I saw something that there was an ad. You can buy this a prosthetic finger. And so say they need to identify you or something, and you don't want to really be identified or whatever, you just throw this prosthetic finger on. People will think, oh, she's got 6 fingers. That's just an AI picture. And they'll dismiss it. I might go, oh, that's a nice way to do that, to just kind of help outsmart the system for just a little while we still can. The Harlem Shake. What is that? I always learn some interesting stuff. My brain would think it's a dance, but besides food, hot dog finger gloves. Oh, I'm still lost. Said I don't get out much, just like Brent Spiner said in Independence Day, they don't let us out much. I mean, God, it's like my oldest driving, and My Generation came on from Limp Bizkit, and he's laughing. He goes, "Yep, Mom, you bought us this album or this CD when we were younger." I said, "I know, I listened to it too." Chocolates, of course, they had to explain to me what a chocolate starfish was, but yeah, that was the album, Chocolate Starfish and Hot Dog Flavored Water. So, like, yep. If your mother does many times lost the Mother of the Year award. So, but never forget us, the boys and the friends, 2 girls. We all went as 2 families together to watch Bad Santa, and they were the only kids from the Highland High School that got to go see Bad Santa in the theater. And I remember people like, how could you take your kid to see Bad Santa? I said, well, there wasn't any nudity. I mean, we didn't have to deal with that. Yeah. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It's like listening to what's one of the old Eminem songs. Will Smith doesn't have to cuss in his album. He goes, but I do. So fuck him and fuck you too. Yeah, I'll be listening to that on the way to town today, now that it's popped into my mind. Sometimes it's like my granddaughter sitting there playing with her. If she knows how to use it, in the proper context, I discourage her not to use it, but I also will start laughing. She was 2, and she's sitting there putting together Duplos. And I hear, oh shit. And I'm like, that same cadence, same tone. She got that from Nana. Because I was going to go, I turned instead of going straight to go to the look at the sheep, and out of my mouth with the 2 daycare kids, that the older ones were, oh shit. And I'm like, oh, yep. She learned it from me, not from her dad. She learned it from me. So I have no idea. I haven't been to a bar other than to eat, a good 5 years. Oh, I know. Let me see. She's in my favorites. It's hilarious. She's so cute. Because I found her to show her uncle. No, cancel. Favorites. I don't know if it's under her videos under there or not. If it goes far back. I need to clean off pictures and put them under the external. Because nope, it's in my videos. And put them on the external, because this thing has a, oh wow, Evidently, this wasn't last night's because I was in bed. I got a text saying it's happening now, and I completely missed it. But evidently, we had one on September 2nd, 2020, had a blood moon that I got. Hell, it looks I could just say it was this one, and nobody'd know the difference. Go way back there. Not good. No, not that far back. She's a baby there. But yeah, I had just found it. It's like 2 seconds long. There it is. If I can get it to play. Come on. She's doing what she's supposed to. Stop. She's putting together Legos. Oh, God. My photo roll is so much weird stuff. Where did it go? Do I still have it? This thing is a terabyte. Wrong way, Feldman. This thing is a terabyte phone. And I think I have it almost full. Oh. I gotta take stuff off of it. Yeah, I mean, if somebody grabs my phone and goes through like all my favorites, they're gonna go, "What the fuck is this?" Oh, it looks like stuff I needed to put someplace else, so I put it in my favorites so I can find it faster. Yeah, my photo rolls aren't too terribly exciting. Mostly memes. Yeah. It's like I first made a TikTok this morning about shaking, sometimes stupid people are like glow sticks. You have to shake the shit out of them until the light comes on. TikTok didn't like that. That like went against community standards. So I just said some people. I took out the stupid, and instead of saying shaking the shit out of them, I said I have to shake the ever living tar out of them, to get the light to come on, and that was acceptable. So yeah, it's just, and of course I spend my mornings on Telegram, meme farming for my jokes. So. Oh my God. Yeah, that's about, I think mine was like maybe 5 years, if not more, when one of his coworkers had a party bus and we went from place to place, and some place did carry, I don't even remember where the hell we were. As I was so confused because A, I didn't drive, and B, where you're in this bus where all the windows are pretty much blacked out. So I was really confused when they took us to, I think it was a Yakima Craft. I'm like, where in part of town are we? So, yeah. Or I'll just, if I have to spell it out, it's SH exclamation point T. If I have to spell it out. Or for a while there, I got used to using the word frill after watching the whole thing of the hell is it called? Farscape. After watching Farscape. Hey, Sandy. Oh, I know. I gotta get going though pretty soon here in a bit. Gotta just get. Oh, yes, we are. Very, very mature. I always say I may be grown up, but I'm still immature. My brain thinks I'm 12. My body thinks I'm still 36, and until I'm rudely reminded and the alarm goes off going, "Oh, I don't want to move. This hurts. This is stiff." So, yeah, it doesn't help raising only boys. The maturity level went out the door. That was gone. Yeah. So, what was it? I have to go next time. Speaking of boys, I got to get the youngest a good cast iron pan. The one he had, I think, warped when he threw his he went to sear 2 top sirloins and it warped on the stove. A, he got it too hot. B, that tells me it's too thin. And so just go through my collection of stuff I've gotten. I said, just don't take my Erie pan. I don't care. Take any of the rest of them. But I got a 1880s Erie pan, this deep heat ring from Value Village for $6 years back. God, I miss Value Village. Issaquah has one, so I'm gonna look for an older cast iron pan for him there, the thicker ones. Okay, guys, I gotta go make sure my pants match my shirt, even though it is Walmart. I gotta go make sure they have some sort of semblance. I've got my list. Pie to go with dinner. Oh, shit. No, it's too much effort. I don't have time. I was gonna say I could make a chicken pot pie for dinner too to go with a fruit pie. But yeah, the only cooked chicken I have is taco flavored, so that's not gonna work. Okay, guys, I will be back Monday. Yep. Jesus, we're already in the middle of the month and St. Patrick's Day, and just get a green edible for the night of St. Patrick's Day. But it's helping lose weight, so I'm gonna keep off the liquids. Guys, all right, I love you all. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and I will catch you guys all Monday. Before I forget, all my love, Miss Dragon. Yes, yeah, you do have the red hair. I'm Scottish. I'm not Irish. Hubby's Irish. I'm Scottish. So I'm just Scottish on that day. I'll catch y'all next week. Take care, be safe, and have fun.
Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.